Well, a lot of stories have been coming out ever since Arsenal really won against Man City as far as the goalkeeping situation is concerned at Arsenal. David Raya was the first to come out and obviously put out quotes about his relationship with Aaron Ramsdale, and then he has been followed up by Aaron Ramsdale after England beat Italy by 3-1 to qualify for the Euros of 2024 that are going to be held in Germany. Lots of things are going to have to be said. Raya is going to have to put out what he thinks, and even Aaron Ramsdale has found himself in a situation of coming out and obviously revealing to us what his thoughts are about this current situation where he's no longer the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal and is the second choice goalkeeper of Arsenal. He can only play for Arsenal in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. It looks like no more gaming time is going to be given to him, especially when Arsenal is playing the Champions League and the Premier League game. And this has been certified by Aaron Ramsdale being in between the stitches as Arsenal took on Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. And the two Champions League games Arsenal are going to have to play. Aaron Ramsdale is going to have to play any minute in all those games. And it's really painful that for a goalkeeper who led Arsenal to the Champions League, at least, Mikel Arteta would have going to have to find out a game to really put him there to obviously feature for his side, but that hasn't been given room for, and Aaron Ramsdale has gone ahead and react all to that. So, welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show. We are talking Arsenal only, and hope you guys are obviously going to enjoy this episode. We are left with 300 subscribers to hit 18,000 subscribers on this channel. So, guys, let's continue to smash the like button and see to it that at least before the end of this month, we obviously hit that milestone. And the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Tomorrow is Juma Karim. Hope you guys are going to flock the mosques. And the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. Now, let's obviously get into this story where it obviously hailed in from. It's from Art De Rochi. He's an Arsenal writer for The Athletic, and he was previously working for the Football London. He told us that there has been no animosity between Aaron Ramsdale and Raya. Arteta and Senna are happy with both players as options, who they view as excellent, and level of training has surged as the goalkeepers push each other to perform better. Ramsdale is incredibly popular at Arsenal and is respected by the players of Arsenal. So, talking about the situation at Arsenal, it obviously shows you that it's still calm, and Ramsdale is not going to hate to lose his cool at Arsenal because he has not been obviously being played into the games of Arsenal, and he has going to have to find himself in a position of putting up a situation that cannot obviously see him keep at Arsenal any longer. The manager of Arsenal, that is none other than Mikel Arteta, has gone ahead to obviously put in a shift that everyone really knows a decision has been made, and it's no longer Aaron Ramsdale, but it's David Raya, the first choice goalkeeper. But the first team players of Arsenal still respect Aaron Ramsdale. Now, David Raya has come out and really told us that on Ramsdale, at the end of the day, we are mates, which is the important thing. We have a very good, healthy relationship. There are no problems. If there are rotations, as there are in any position, I'm going to help on and off the pitch. So, David Raya is telling us that they are okay as mates with Aaron Ramsdale. There is a healthy relationship that Aaron Ramsdale needs to work upon, all beyond his feet, to see to it that he dislodges this man out of the goalkeeping department of Arsenal. So that's what we went ahead and really say. Now, for Aaron Ramsdale, he went ahead and obviously told us the following, that it has been difficult. There are times where you are doing the right thing, but it's the wrong thing. And if you don't do it, also the wrong thing. And if you don't do it, it's also the wrong thing. It's a double-edged sword. There is a lot of attention, a lot of talk, and it's the position where if you are not spoken about it, it means you've done a good job. Whether it's me or Raya who plays, we need to be able to just focus and play, but at the same time, it's a big headline. It's one we are working through as a club, and one the manager puts in front of us, and we have to deal with it. That's what David Raya really went. So that's why Aaron Ramsdale went ahead to say. He added on and said, on his lack of playing time at Arsenal, he said, yeah, of course, it is the first time I've found myself in this situation. The England manager is brilliant. He trusts the players he's worked with before. So, then he added and said, Calvin Phillips and Harry Maguire haven't played the most amount of minutes, but when they stepped up for England and they are given the opportunity, they perform. So, if that's the case of myself and I do get shown that trust to play another game, if I haven't played any of my club, then I will have to repay him. But of course, I want to get back into my club team and be able to give Southgate a headache rather than have Jordan as the number one and me fall by my side. That is Aaron Ramsdale for you. And he has gone ahead and obviously put out lots of says. But one thing I want to confirm to you is that all these are lies. You know, there is no cool heart for Aaron Ramsdale. Trust me, he feels like Arteta betrayed him. That is it. Having gone ahead to obviously lead Arsenal back to the Champions League, and Arteta has gone ahead to throw him under the bus, that is really one of the things that he really feels bad about, and he feels like he's not going to be given enough, because without no mistake made by him, he has not been able to resecure his position at Arsenal. That is it. And that is David Raya for you. And him failing to regain his position at Arsenal is really haunting to a player of his caliber and what is going to hate to put out for himself as a player. You know? David Raya has been seen making several mistakes, by the way, ever since the season started. But there is no way Arteta is going to hate to bench him. He has kept him onto the starting 11 of Arsenal ever since he obviously got into that goal when David Raya, I think when Arsenal was playing which team? I think when Arsenal was playing Everton, the first clean sheet they kept in a season in a league. And I know the caliber of Aaron Ramsdale and the play of Aaron Ramsdale is going to go knocking on the door of Mikel Arteta, telling him that, please, if you cannot get me enough playing time, then I'm going to leave this club and obviously try to go elsewhere. That's what an elite player and who a competitive player Ramsdale is going to do. I don't see Ramsdale sitting there and obviously saying, all right, Arteta is okay, I'm not going to obviously go ahead and obviously put in a shift. Trust me, he's going to put in a shift. The examples of Harry Maguire and Calvin Phillips that's going to head up to put out are just examples of players that are in his own ilk that Southgate is keeping with the national team, yet they're not supposed to be playing with the national team. That is it. And Aaron Ramsdale knows it, that he needs to compete for the first position of the English national team. And by the last season, he was just inches off from obviously clinching the number one spot. And I believe me, if he had go on to play in the Champions League for Arsenal, Aaron Ramsdale would have been the perfect player to really play in the Euros and everywhere. Because how can you have a Champions League goalkeeper and not play him? That is really abysmal. So for Aaron Ramsdale, he's having all the reasons to put the manager of Arsenal onto what we call a press, because he needs answers as to why this player is being played. I understand people say that he's not a better playing goalkeeper. I understand, but he needs a better answer because he has not done any mistakes for Arsenal. David Raya is a better ball playing goalkeeper, but he has gone ahead to do more mistakes than this man on the field of play. So I think Ramsdale is going to knock on the door of Mikel Arteta, and maybe we can see him even pulling out of the Arsenal team. And I'm not going to be shocked if at all in the January transfer window really we hear a story that Aaron Ramsdale is pushing to leave the club of Arsenal, because Arsenal are really going to find themselves in a situation of not really doing the needful to Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale wants to play in the Euros and he wants to be the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal. But which team is obviously going to give him a go to obviously be the first choice in the Premier League? I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't know what's crossing his mind. But it's really huge for Aaron Ramsdale, and a very huge decision awaits for him to be made in his brilliant career. That Arsenal bought him for £30 million from Sheffield, and he came at Arsenal for the first 2 seasons. He was really brilliant, and in the 3rd season, Arteta's going to have to sign another goalkeeper, that is David Raya, to obviously outphase him out of this club of Arsenal. So it shows you exactly what this is all about, and we all need to know that everything comes to an end. But if at all it comes to an end, is Aaron Ramsdale willing to stay as the second choice goalkeeper at Arsenal, or is willing to obviously shake the table of Mikel Arteta and call for him leaving out? Because I think even the Italian Serie A, there are teams that can obviously get him a situation and get him a position to play into that side. So thank you very much for watching through. We concluded by what he said about Jamie Carragher's comments. He said, there are times where you are doing the right thing, but it's the wrong thing, and if you don't do it, so it's a double-edged sword. So he said that. So that is Aaron Ramsdale for you. And now I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Raya and David Raya and Aaron Ramsdale situation at Arsenal being addressed. What do you make about it? And obviously we'll be here to let you know what we think about more and more stories. I'm returning with a match preview, Chelsea versus Arsenal, and how everything is obviously going to go out and pan out that side. See you later. Bye-bye.